Hi, my name is DaSilva, and I am a choreographer, artist, and entrepreneur. I'm excited to be here again in Chicago working with the Joffrey Ballet. This is my third piece for this incredible institution, and I'm so grateful to be back. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, but dance has taken me all over the world, and now I'm right here in Chicago making my newest work called colōrem. I am so inspired these days by visual art. I've been really inspired by this artist named Tim Tatter. He has a photo collection called Nothing to See. And I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across this beautiful image that had two bodies in frame, but they were specific colors. And I was so taken by that image. It naturally provoked a feeling within me. And then I was like, wait a minute. Am I feeling this way because of what the body parts are doing, or am I feeling this way because of the color of the bodies? And so I went down that rabbit hole and I started to investigate, what is my association to color in society? So I started diving more into Tim's work, and I found more images with different color contrasts, and I just was so taken with how just the simple change of a color with the same gesture can make you feel entirely different about it. That was my jumping board, and I took that image to my incredible creative soulmate, Christina Spinay, who is a wonderful composer. I've known her since my days at the Juilliard School. We've been creative collaborators since 2006, and so when I was asked to make a new work on the Joffrey, I knew that I wanted to work with her, but I didn't know in what capacity. So I brought the same images to Christina, and she was taken by it as well. And we started talking about how we could use those images and turn that into moving art via the dancers. I say all the time that my work is like a journal entry. I don't often go on social media or stand up on a podium anywhere and do a big soliloquy about how I feel about, the nature of events in our world, but it tends to show up in my work. And I love that, and I don't question that. I let it come out of me, and how it always comes out of me is asking a question. Not really having answers, just really the beautiful friction that I feel in myself when I'm unpacking new ideas and how we're an ever-evolving society. And so I use this idea of our ever-evolving society, and how when something new is introduced to the world, sometimes it's met with resistance, because there are some of us who feel like we're not ready for change, that change may not be something they want in their life, and so there's resistance there. And then after that resistance, we often have rebellion, where we challenge the norm so much that we end up blowing it up. And then I ask myself, well, what happens after rebellion? When we're left in the void of nothing, what happens then? And I believe the first thing that has to happen, if there's to be any hope for a next step, is to reconcile, which starts with conversation, which starts with empathy, which starts with listening. And then after there is some sort of reconciliation where we can hear one another, then we try to rebuild. And what does that rebuilding look like? What are we rebuilding? The answers are endless. And thus I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep asking the question.